Hi everybody, I'm Chris Markham from Chris Loves Julia. Some of you may also know me from Chris Cooks. I love cooking, and this is where I do a lot of it, especially this time of year. A lot of my videos you'll see out here. This is my outdoor kitchen. I'm going to show you around, talk about some things that I love, some things that maybe I would change. There are a few of those. Maybe this is helpful for you as you plan out your outdoor kitchen. Either way, it's fun to look at. Let's get into it. When I was drawing out this outdoor kitchen, I wanted to give it everything that I could to make it so I didn't have to run inside very often. To when I was cooking out here, I could stay out here. So I started with an outdoor sink, hot and cold running water. And I love having something here just for washing your hands, especially if you're prepping a lot of things out here. Obviously we're cooking, chicken, steak, all of that stuff. So having a place to wash my hands, hand soap here as well. This comes with a cover that goes on top, keeps things from getting into it and all the weather, keeps the inside from getting gross. Just a single basin sink, nothing fancy, but it's very, very utilitarian. I use it every time I cook and I love it. The water is run from the house. So this is culinary water. It doesn't come from like irrigation or anything like that. So you can drink the water straight from this tap as well. Underneath, this is not pretty, but this is just where the plumbing goes. This is where my bug spray goes. Ant killer, especially outdoor kitchen, that's a reality of it. You're going to have bugs. It's outside. That's where they live. And so I have some ant spray that I use to spray the bottoms. And then I will spray under the edge here, and then that keeps them from getting up on the counter. And I do that, every 3 to 4 weeks or something like that. And that keeps it pretty clear of ants. If I forget to do that, we'll have pizza boxes out here or something and then go to grab a slice and it's just covered in ants. So that's an important part. When you're planning an outdoor kitchen, just expect that. That's part of it, and that's fine. That's fine. Like, bugs are bugs. This has been my drink central, I'll say. This is a 2-drawer fridge, almost always stocked with sodas, drinks, lemonades, and this gets a ton of use. Right here next to it, an ice maker doesn't get any use at all. It's never really worked, and we have an ice maker inside. So this is one of the things that if I were redoing this, I would probably do this differently. Because I have an ice maker inside, I would not add an ice maker out here. Though I know some people with an outdoor kitchen who love their ice maker. I would rather do like a freezer out here. I want like popsicles, for the kids when they get out of the pool, come over, grab a popsicle. I think I am gonna try and figure out a way to swap that if I can find the right unit. Next, garbage pull out. This, I think, especially if you're going to be prepping food outside, you've got to have a garbage pull out. Something that can tuck away. Because you're dealing with outdoors, you have to make sure that you are taking the garbage out frequently. It will attract all kinds of things, so that's just something to keep in mind. This one has varying levels of utility depending on where you live, but I think it's important no matter where you live, because everywhere it rains at least a little bit. And this is sealed storage. So it has a magnet seal and keeps the humidity out, the weather, rain, all that stuff. I keep paper towels in here. I also have like foil trays that I use often, some roasting sheets. This is my scraper that I use for my flat top, which we'll get to. Just keep a few things in here. As well as here, there are some drawers, just utensils. And you can see like I have more space than I'm actually using. So it's nice to have the storage. I can move things around as much as I want. I have a squeegee out here. That may seem weird, but when it rains, and there's just water sitting on the countertop, this is really nice just to clean it off, dries it up real quick. So having sealed storage, definitely recommend. It's nice. I put stuff out here and I never have to worry about it when it's raining here. And we just entered the rainy season, so it's gonna rain pretty much every day for the next few months. With an outdoor kitchen, a lot of the panels that you see here are access panels, especially when they're underneath a grill, like a gas grill. So this one down here, I have my scrapers there, and then you can see I have gas hookups and a power hookup as well. One thing that I forgot to do, and I don't know why, but I didn't have them add any outlets out here. So if I'm bringing a blender out to make drinks or need to plug in a stereo or something like that, I don't have an outlet. And I don't know why I didn't do that. Someday I'll get one added, but until then I just have this. I have an outlet underneath here and then an extension cord that I use to pull that out. Oh, I just got a spider web in the face. Again, bugs, North Carolina. This is my Twin Eagles Eagle One gas grill. And I would say this is my daily griller. This is my convenience griller. I love this grill so much. It has ceramic briquettes down here that when the gas heats up underneath, it heats those briquettes and that disperses the heat. And it disperses it very evenly, maintains heat really well. And then it also has a sear plate here. I would say one of my favorite things to grill is just skirt steak. Very thin, and so it cooks very fast. The sear plate is perfect for that. Gets a good char, doesn't overcook on the inside. It has a light, so I can grill at night, see what I'm doing. Lights up here, and yeah, this one's super fun. I use it all the time. As you can tell, it's well loved, and you know, that's just what it is. This is my Twin Eagles pellet grill. So it has this tray in the front. Put your pellets in there. Really great capacity. Also, both of these grills have the rotisserie attachment, which is so nice. Smoked chickens in this, I can do 4 at a time, and the flavor on them is fantastic, but still super easy. Underneath is where I keep my pellets. I have this plastic container that I've added in there because this is not a weather sealed drawer. As you can see, it's wet around, it rained last night, so it's wet around the edges. But this bin keeps all of my pellets dry, and I can just refill it as I'm cooking, and I just love it so much. The flavor that comes out of this one, it's like this one is convenient and it's fast. This one is not quite as fast, but the flavor on it is better. So it's fun to have both to play with. Moving along here, my flat top. This, I do smash burgers a lot. I also do, like, I'll warm tortillas for tacos. I'll heat up like smoked pulled pork with a little bit of olive oil or something like that for like a smoked carnitas. Super delicious and a lot of fun to use this guy. I mean, eggs I've done out here, sausage, bacon, all of that stuff, and very fun to cook on that one. Underneath here, this is one of those things that I thought I would use a ton, but you can tell I don't. It's just covered in water. This is my warming drawer. I've never found a need for it. I've used it a couple of times, but I just find it more easy to plan out my cooking. This I do use a lot. This is my burner. So Thanksgiving, this is where I will fry a turkey. This is where I do all of my low country boils. I'll heat up sauces out here. During the fall, it's super fun to just put a pot of cider out here and have it on low. And anytime somebody wants just a warm cup of cider, they can come get it and go sit by the fire. It's so fun. And yeah, I find myself using this a lot. If I'm making tacos out here, I'll have a pot of rice going, and then I can make cilantro lime rice just right out here and never have to go inside at all. And yeah, this is really fun to have. If I were doing this again, I think I would have lowered this section. This is just storage and it's completely empty. I've never used it. I would lower this section because when I do a crab boil, you know, I'm like this, lifting a giant pot out of a giant pot. So getting help with that, you also need a really tall person. So it'd be nice if this were a little bit lower, but it works. And it's really nice for when I use it for other things. So that's fine. Let me talk about a couple of the design choices. The board down here, these are hardy boards, and we installed them with about an eighth of an inch space. What that does is that gives us the ventilation that we need for a lot of these grilling components. They need air coming in from underneath for the heating elements in order for them to function properly, and to prevent their, you know, there are gas regulators underneath there, and those every once in a while they release just a little bit of gas whenever there's pressure in the line. And so you need ventilation in your system. This was our solution to that. So there's ventilation all through it and nothing gets caught in there. It's small enough to keep the really big bugs out, but you know, the little ones definitely get in. The top here, it looks like soapstone. This is actually a granite countertop, and it's just beautiful. It's held up really well. There are a couple of little dark spots. We have never oiled it. We've wanted it to kind of be this lighter gray, but as we continue to use it, you know, you'll see more and more of these little dark spots that show up. Just kids spilling, you know, leaving their pizza on the counter, and a little bit of the grease gets on there and sits there. It'll get these oil marks, and those come and go. If they become a problem, then we do have the option of oiling and sealing the entire surface, but we haven't felt the need to do that. We love the way that it looks, and it holds up really well. It's not a fickle material like soapstone would be. It's granite. It's, you know, it's a stone product that came from being outdoors for billions of years. So it's nice to have that here. It's beautiful. The pergola, we wanted shade, but we also wanted light. We didn't want to completely block out all of the light. I would say it really serves more of a visual purpose. Like, it just looks really nice. It does not block out sun in the middle of the day at all. So if I'm out here cooking lunch in the summer, I'm sweating. It is so hot. There's no shade whatsoever. We're looking into options. There are a few options that you can do to actually cover up the top while still letting the light in. And we're hoping to do something like that, where you can still have it light back here. It won't feel super dark, but you can cut down on the UV, the direct UV intensity as you're in there. The pergola is also a non-flammable material. This is composite and metal, and so it's non-flammable. There's not going to be any fire hazards or anything like that. So anywhere where there's gas, anywhere where there's heat, where there's fire that's going to be, it's all made of stone and hardy board, which is a concrete type of material. We wanted some pendant lights out here. It's really nice at night. We can turn those on and still kids sitting out here eating out the counter. It does get a little warm. We ran electrical up this pillar here, and we've run it to this box in the middle. If we want to add a fan, we have the ability to do that, and there's actually a switch for it already. We just haven't done that yet. The stools out here, these are actually just plastic stools, but they've held up really well. Seat 6, there's 5 of us in our family, and so a lot of times the girls will have a friend over, or we'll have, you know, a family member over. It's nice to sit out here. I love being able to sit back here and cook while everybody else is sitting up here and just chatting away. It's a very social cooking experience. Being back here, people in the pool, people at the counter, it's honestly just heaven. I love it back here so much. So thanks for following me around my outdoor kitchen. I actually need to get cooking right now. I'm gonna heat up the grill. We'll just do some, I think I'm gonna do skirt steak tonight. What would you cook in this kitchen? What do you love about it? What things would you change? Would love to know if you also have an outdoor kitchen, things you love to cook, all of that. And also be sure to follow me over on Chris Cook's channel. You'll see me out here all summer long, making my favorites. And yeah, let's just hang out.